Just a real quick update. I think I discovered a novel or a new force in physics. If you have two gyroscopes, neither one of these are magnetic. I assume there's metal in here because they're kind of heavy. But this device, it's one of those forearm training aids. It lets you actually hold a gyroscope, and then that gyroscope is this ball, and it's capable of rotating along two axes, so the thing can move the way that it wants to move. If you hold two of them together, you can actually feel that they influence each other and stabilize each other. So there's some sort of, and it feels a little bit like magnetism. It's moving a little bit more. The magnetic field is more static or more stable or something like that. But if you have two of these together, they you can get them in resonance, and then they actually yank on each other. So it's kind of macroscopic, spooky action at a distance sort of thing. I'm sure the government knows about it, because you could easily make something that has three of these, one at each end of a triangle sort of thing, and then they could push off of each other. And it requires a little bit of balance. They have to be flowing freely, and then you have to be using your nervous system to keep them in resonance, the same way that you keep a sailboat in resonance with the wind, right? You have to keep the keel and the sail in resonance with the angle and the tack and all that. If you do the same thing with a gyroscope, you can you could obviously develop a flying craft that has about you could very easily develop a flying craft. It could maybe even be bicycle powered, like a bicycle powered flying craft sort of thing. And then obviously if you had a motor and a computer and all that, you would have much higher performance. And you'd be effed if one of your gyroscopes failed. But yeah, very low tech, no electricity, no magnetic shenanigans. Just it takes a little bit of skill. I've given these things to people, and the average person has a hard time with this at first. So it's a little bit surfboard harnesses the energy of the waves, but you throw the average person on there and they can't, you can't do it, so they can't feel it. But yeah, really weird. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is going on with it. But they definitely mess with each other the same way that if you held two magnets, they're definitely kind of messing with each other. And I think the reason that this isn't obvious to everybody is most people don't hold gyroscopes, and when they do hold them, they're not freely rotating, so they can't maintain the orientation or the frequency that keeps them connected to each other. Whereas if they are rotating freely, they can actually kind of find that groove, and then you get a very strong interaction. So if you just had a tabletop mounted gyroscope and all that, it would be a little bit like trying to prove that surfing is possible in a laboratory, or prove that sailing is possible. And it would be hard to do that on a tabletop experiment, just because of the slight tweaks that have to go into keeping everything actually connected to the energy streams. But yeah, and so I don't know. Science these days is not very much fun, because it's all secret. So it's oh yay, I've discovered something. I'm the what do you call it? The dumb chattel. Be oh, I discovered reading, or I discovered airplanes, and it's But yeah, you'd want to keep this on the DL, because like if people start thinking that way, and you get some asshole that makes like a hover bike, causes strange issues.